Hello, my name is Matthew Litchfield. I'm here today to talk to you all about a subject that's near and dear to my heart. That is the Portland Symphony Orchestra in Portland, Maine. Portland, Maine is a nice little town, 72,000 people. It's where I lived and grew up for 16 of my first 20 years of life. It was at the Portland Symphony Orchestra where I was first introduced to classical music. It's where I started to develop a love for music. I have taken a couple of photos off the internet from Yahoo Images to show you a little bit about what it looks like and the current director, Robert Moody. I just wanted to let you all know that this is not quite how it looked when I was there. I was 8 years old. I had never been to a quote grown-up function before. Yet when I got in there, the feeling was electric. It was not just kids that was there. They had us in there with adults, and we were given instructions on how to behave, when we should clap. The conductor went over how things would proceed, how they would have intermission, gave us a whole rundown on the music they'd be playing, took the extra time to explain to those of us kids that had never been to an orchestra before. And since that time, there have been two more conductors. Right after the conductor that was there when we were there, which was Bruce Hannigan, who is now out of Indian Hill, out of the greater Boston area, they had Mr. Shimada come in. He was there for 20 years. And when Mr. Shimada came in, he really improved the symphonics of the orchestra that was performing there. He gave it world recognition. The Portland Symphony Orchestra now has received an award that only 23 other orchestras in America had received at that time. So I found that to be very uplifting, very encouraging. From a tiny little operation of a group of 6 musicians or so that got together and decided to put out advertisement, recruit, and build a musical organization, it grew to what it is today. A world-renowned symphony orchestra. The best conductor, the best musicians have all played there, and the music of our greats, of Mozart, of Bach, live on every day, and a new generation is learning about the great style of Baroque music, classical music, Romanticism music. Although I went there and I did start to get a love for music, it kind of died off after a period. Obviously, I was the only one that would have been listening to classical music at that time. By taking this class, it has rejuvenated that love. There's so many great pieces, masterworks out there. Just a little bit more about the Portland Symphony Orchestra. Several years ago, they completely remodeled the inside of it. It's been updated, brought into more modern times. Unfortunately, with that does come an increased cost in seating. I was hoping to get there next month to be able to go and see a symphony. Unfortunately, the class will be over by then, so I can't really give any input from it. But it was a great introduction into the musical world. I've talked a little bit more and expounded a little bit more of it on this in my final paper. Where the symphony orchestra is located is less than 2 miles from the waterfront. In that area, you have you have the best seafood in the world. Everyone knows that Maine lobster and New England crabs and shrimp are the best. And I think that's part of the lure that helps draw some of the musicians, is they want to experience the best. And the Portland Symphony Orchestra is among the world's best orchestras. Thank you for your time.